my dear friends, how are you? I hope that you are all fine today. This is Ms. Isra Saad from Science Team at New Generation Language School. By the end of the video, students will be able to determine the properties of oxygen, determine the importance of the oxygen, identify the structure of oxygen. Look at this picture. Wow, it's an amazing picture. Do you know that, my friend, as you had studied, the Earth is surrounded by the atmosphere, and atmosphere is attracted to the Earth by gravity. So, what is the meaning of atmosphere? The atmosphere is a mixture of different gases surrounding the Earth. Again, the atmosphere is a mixture of different gases surround the Earth. Someone to read? Yeah, okay, Ashrakat. Okay, thank you, Ashrakat. Another one? Ziad? Okay, thank you, Ziad. And as Ashrakat and Ziad said, atmosphere, it's a mixture of different gases surrounding the Earth. And now, we are gonna talk about the components of the atmosphere. First, the atmosphere is composed of nitrogen gas. Repeat after me. Right, nitrogen gas that represents 78%. Again, nitrogen gas that represents 78%. Number 2, oxygen gas that represents 21%. Again, oxygen gas that represents 21%. And finally, carbon dioxide gas, water vapor, and other gases as argon, neon, helium, and others that represent 1%. So we have here 1% plus 21% plus 78% equal 100%. Excellent. So the atmosphere is a mixture of many different gases surrounding the Earth, such as nitrogen gas that represents 78%, number 2, oxygen gas that represents 21%, and finally carbon dioxide, water vapor, and other gases that represent 1%. Okay? And now we're going to talk about the oxygen. Repeat after me. Oxygen. Oxygen. Amazing. First, the structure of oxygen. Do you know, my friend, an oxygen molecule consists of two oxygen atoms, and the oxygen exists in the atmosphere in a gaseous state, and it represents, as we said, 21%, or 1/5 of the air volume. Okay, again, the structure of oxygen. The oxygen exists in the atmosphere in a gaseous state. Number 2, it represents 21%, or 1/5 of the air volume. And finally, an oxygen molecule consists of two oxygen atoms, where O is the first letter of the word oxygen. Okay? And after that, we are going to talk about the sources of oxygen. Sources of oxygen. Do you know that, my friend, the green plants are the main source of oxygen gas? Why? Give reason. Guess. Think. The green plants are the main source of oxygen gas. Give reason. Yeah, okay, Muhammad. Excellent. Clap your hands for Muhammad. You're amazing, Muhammad. Muhammad said, because green plants produce oxygen during the photosynthesis process. Look at this picture. Amazing, Muhammad. Excellent. This is the photosynthesis process. Do you remember that? Okay. Do you know, in the photosynthesis process, the green plants need three things. Number one, sunlight or light energy from the sun. Number two, carbon dioxide gas from the air. Number three, water and mineral salts from the soil. So the green plants need three things during the photosynthesis process, which them number one, sunlight, number two, carbon dioxide gas, and finally water and mineral salts. Okay, why? The green plants take all these things. Why? To do what? Yeah, excellent, Jana. You're amazing, Jana. Jana said to do their own food, to do their own food. And you know, the green plants producing two important things. Number one, nutrients, and number two, oxygen gas. So we can take the oxygen gas from the environment by the photosynthesis process in the green plants. Amazing. Excellent. So now we're gonna talk about the properties of oxygen. Number one, oxygen is colorless, tasteless, and odorless. Again, oxygen is colorless. We can see the oxygen because it has no color and no taste and no odor. So we can't see it or taste it or hold it or smell it. Okay, so the oxygen is colorless, tasteless, and finally odorless gas. Number two, oxygen scarcely dissolves in water or hardly dissolves in water. And number three, oxygen doesn't burn, but it helps in burning. Again, the oxygen doesn't burn, but it helps in burning, as you see in this picture. Okay, when you turn a beaker filled with oxygen over another beaker contains air, and when you put a burning match inside it in the upper beaker, then in the lower beaker, the burning match glows more and more. Beaker only in the lower beaker only, because the oxygen replaces air in the lower beaker. Okay, and do you know that when you fix a lighted candle inside a basin containing water, and after that you will cover the candle with a cylinder, the lighted candle extinguish a little amount of water rises inside the cylinder because the air inside the cylinder lose one of its components, which is oxygen, then that is consumed by the candle during burning. Okay, and finally oxygen is heavier than air, as I said. Okay, and now it's your turn. We have two questions. Number one, mention the structure of oxygen. And number two, what is the meaning of atmosphere? And bring a white paper and blue pen. Quickly. White paper and blue pen. And you have 10 seconds. Go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Clap your hands for Malak Ikrami. Excellent, Malak. You're amazing, Malak. Excellent. And Ashrakat, you're amazing. Malak and Ashrakat, super. And I think that's enough for today. And thank you so much. See you later. Goodbye.